Hello. It's the LA Bushwick Book Club. We are back and we have a new book that have inspired eight. It has inspired 8 new songs. Plus, we have a real treat today, and especially a treat for us because as the LA chapter, we have never had the writer on our show, and we have him here with us today. So, the book is The Opium Lord's Daughter, and it was written by Robert Wang. It is a fantastic book. It's a fictional story weaved into the historic events of the Opium War. So I'm not going to talk much about it because we have Robert here, and I'm excited for him to talk about his book. So, Robert, come on and join me.
Hello, everybody.
There you are. Hi. Thank you so much for coming to this show, Robert, and participating.
It's my pleasure. Well, thank you for having me.
Have you ever been on a show where people wrote songs about your book?
No,
No? Okay.
not at all. I'm just thrilled to hear the songs that are written about my book.
Awesome. Well, okay, so the first question that I wanted to ask you is what inspired you to write The Opium Lord's Daughter?
Well, the main incentive was that so few people know about the Opium War. I grew up in Hong Kong, and when I learned about the Opium War, I was incensed. I would say, why? Wow, this is why Hong Kong became a British colony. It was through the Opium War. For those of you who have not read the book or don't know about the history, Hong Kong was taken from China as a result of Opium War, so that opium smugglers could use Hong Kong to as a base for the opium ships to distribute opium throughout China. And they took Hong Kong because when the emperor decided there was enough opium addiction in China and sent a special emissary to stop the opium trade, the special emissary confiscated over a ton of opium, and the British wanted China to pay them back for the opium. And of course, China says, "Why? Wait a minute, you're breaking our law by smuggling opium." So the opium smugglers, they were very, very powerful people. If you guys have been to Hong Kong, you've probably heard of the Jardine Matheson Company. Well, those two guys were the biggest smugglers of opium back in mid 1800s. Actually, they started in the early 1800s, and they were the one that told the Parliament in England that the Chinese government has confiscated British goods. They didn't say opium, British merchandise, and threatened the lives of the British citizens. Well, what the Chinese did was to force them to give up the opium, or else they couldn't leave China. So they used that as an excuse to say that China had dishonored England, and Parliament was foolish enough to go along with that. I don't know if they're foolish enough. I think Parliament realized that they needed the tea and spices and all the trade from China for the economy over there to continue to prosper. So they sent the navy over to China and attacked China. So when I learned about all that history, I was very, very upset, and so few people know about it, especially when I moved to the United States, that I decided actually before I left the United States that one day I'm going to write a book. So in 2004, when I had a heart attack and I was hospitalized, that was before I retired. I thought, there's something that I really want to do. There were two things I wanted to do: play music again, play guitar again, and write this book. There were two of many things that I wanted to accomplish. So I finally started doing research when I retired, took some trips and did and interviewed a lot of people. I'm very involved with UCLA, and they were very helpful in arranging for interviews with the best scholars of the Opium War in China and Macau. So I took some trips there, learned a lot, read a lot, and then came back and finally wrote the book. So that's a long about way to answer your question, but that's how I wrote the book.
That's that. Well, did you pick up the guitar again?
Yes, I did. In
You
fact,
did.
Gunnar here was one of my earlier guitar teachers.
Oh, that's great. So Gunnar is going to be actually our first performer, so people will see him in just a few minutes.
Great.
I thought this book was fantastic. I had no idea about the Opium Wars, and I don't know how I would have fared just reading a pretty dry book about the historical events. but having the fictional story weaved through there helped engage me in this story. And then when the history came about, I was already engaged in the history and wanting to learn more and why these characters were in their position. I mean, do you think that this book is relevant to China at all today?
Oh, absolutely it is. You know, the time that the Opium War ended, which is 1842, the first Opium War, to 1942, the Chinese refer to that period as a century of shame. China is a superpower today. They will not ever, ever allow a Western power to bully them like they did, which forced the Opium War to occur. And today, China's response to the West has a lot to do with how we approach them, and how we're approaching them right now is exactly not the way to get any cooperation out of them. You need to treat China with some respect. We can disagree with how they run the country, regarding democracy, regarding Hong Kong, and all of that. You can disagree in any of that, but you should not belittle China and call them names and view them as an inferior power, because they are not. They are globally right now a powerhouse economically and militarily. So yeah, there are a lot of parallels between what happened then and the way that China views the West today.
I mean, so that leads into my next question. Do you see any parallels in America here, like the opiate problem, and does the book, do you see any parallels with China's opiate problem and the one we have here currently in America?
That's a really good question, Stacy. I mean, if you didn't know the title of my book, and I told you I wrote a book about East-West trade tensions, massive drug addiction, poorly managed government, you might think I'm talking about current affairs. I mean, the parallels are all there. Now, of course, the situation is different today, and you may consider it poetic justice, if you will, that China is now the biggest exporter of opioids to the United States, whereas in the past, the West, including American smugglers, smuggled a lot of opium into China. And by the way, just as a side note, your listeners may get a kick out of this. There were a lot of American smugglers too. One of them was a fellow by the name of Delano. He was the head of the Russell Company. Well, Delano happens to be the grandfather of one FDR,
Oh, wow.
our president.
Wow.
And by the way, John Kerry, our former Secretary of State and who also ran for president, his ancestors were opium smugglers to China as well.
Oh, wow. I mean, I imagine when you start digging, there's all kinds of interweaving that's surprising and not surprising. Well, yeah. Thank you so much for speaking and being on our show. I imagine you're going to stay on Zoom and listen to these songs that were inspired by your work. And I hope that you enjoy them. So I'm going to turn your camera off now, and I'm going to turn it over to the songwriters. Thank you so much.
Right. Robert. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How do I turn your camera off? There we go. All right. So our first performer, let me do some. I'm doing the tech here. I'm just really, what do we got going on? So we got somebody else here. Let me get off this view. Hold on. I know you're seeing a few faces right at this very moment. I'm moving into a different way of touching buttons. Nobody get the wrong idea. Okay, here we go. Spotlighting Gunnar. And I'm going to keep talking, Gunnar, because I spotlighted you too soon. So look interested. So Gunnar is the person who, Gunnar Larsson, brought this book to us. He has known Robert Wang for, I don't know, he can speak for himself on that. I have no idea how long they've known each other, guitar lessons at least. So I put him first because he brought the book, and away you go.
Okay, yeah, I've actually, Robert was one of the first persons I met when I came to LA, and we've been in touch ever since. And I thought it would be quite cool to combine the interest, because Robert also plays guitar, so he might be interested in the musical endeavors that we undertake here. All right, so my song it's still a work in progress. In some way, it's just fresh out of the oven, so to speak. And there's one particularity because it is written for a female singer. I am not able to sing the full range of it. So there is going to be a drop of an octave in the chorus. So you just imagine it's a female singer going very high up there. All right, here we go. Life. Funny how my luck changed with the tide. Never really knew what's wrong or right. In a golden world, there were just some stories I had heard. You took me by surprise, although you knew how the fortunes fell and what they do. In a foreign land, still you took a chance and took my hand. Meet me on the battlefield and hold me close. Take me far away across the sea. There's a better life for you and me. In a different time, free from all the pain. Now I have come to carry on the load. Never had I dreamt to go this far, straight into a war over dreams that kill you on demand. So take me by the hand and make it good. Build a bridge to wander all along. Sing the devil's song. I can walk the earth and follow on. Meet me on the battlefield and hold me close. Take me far away across the sea. There's a better life for you and me. In a different time, free from all the pain. Winds of change are in the air. I see dreams fall through the ground and roll. Poison fills the land from far, and my brothers have to pay the toll. Meet me on the battlefield and hold me close. Take me far away across the sea. There's a better life for you and me. In a different time, free from all the pain. Meet me on the battlefield and hold me close. Take me far away across the sea. There's a better life for you and me. In a different time, free from all the pain. All right, thank you. I can't hear you, Stacy. I think you're muted.
Ah, there I am. You are still spotlighted. I've had a problem figuring out how to re-spotlight myself after. Well, there's Justine. You're on camera, Justine. Yeah, this happened last time, and I had to ask somebody to Hold on. Now we're just kind of going. Well, Elena. Elena, can you hear me? I have made you a host. I'm not sure why that's happening, where I can't actually spotlight myself. So I've made you a host to spotlight me. Hopefully you are there. Can you spotlight me, please, Elena? Am I a voice? Actually, I'm the voice for William. William, we see you right now. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure why. Or we see all of us. So don't do anything crazy while I try to figure out how to be spotlighted. Oh, so I'm the only one on Facebook right now? So bizarre. Because I don't see myself. I don't need to see myself. But okay, hold on. Okay. Well, I am. I'm the only one up there. And I've been the only one up there since, I started this confusion. And now I have echo, which changes everything. Okay, so I really enjoyed, I really enjoyed reading this book. When I went to write the song, I was in a place where I wanted to write something a little bit more, peppy than my last songs. And so I started writing about, now he just told us how to pronounce all the names, but Pei Chu. I started to write about her, and then it kind of turned into Da Ping, and then it turned into Opium itself. So I don't know what happened, but it's got kind of a little bit of everything in it. I guess an overall feel of those sort of other characters that are in it that are Da Ping is addicted to opium, and I just thought about how when the English actually came in and started the war, many of the soldiers had opium addictions. So they had to not only fight, at least this one did. I don't know how many did, but this character did. So he had to fight with the withdrawal symptoms, and it just, I kind of got pulled into the characters and how they were affected by the opium itself. So that's what this song is about. And you guys do hear echo, right? Okay, good to know. Also, I have this keyboard which has a terrible piano sound, so everything I write has to have some weird bell sound, so it's made writing very interesting. Got my street clothes on, veils on the floor, got a strong vision that there's no more Lord. I'm the smoke in the air, your euphoric rush, I'm the channel where that your soldiers crush. I'm choosing sides, and I'll burn until there's no more music. Let the bombs fall. No more silken beds with night calls. I'm your savior, your peaceful pain, your Indian flower, your precious baby, the midnight oil, the lovely escapee, a perfume drug. I'm your Indian flower. The devil he comes, and he dares to threaten
my habit on. I'm a human weapon. Now there's blood on the floor, blood on my hands, a river of pearls filled with bloody men. And the devil came in a hurricane. He said, no more music, let the bombs fall. No more silken beds with night calls. I'm your savior, your peaceful pain, your Indian flower, your precious baby, the midnight oil, your lovely escapee, a perfume drug. I'm your Indian flower. No more music, let the bombs fall. No more silken beds with nights call. I'm your savior, your peaceful pain, your Indian flower, your precious baby, the midnight oil, your lovely escapee. I'm your perfume drug. I'm your Indian flower.
Yeah. Yay.
We have Dave. So I'm going to spotlight you. I'm going to get up and do that.
Hey there. Hello.
Dave Derby. Hold on one second, Dave. I'm going to introduce you properly. Well, you're already on. How is this? Okay, now I'm going to spotlight you.
Okay, spotlight me.
And then I'm going to introduce you really quick. So, Dave, are you in New York right now?
I am, yeah.
So I just want to say, I mean, this is Dave's first time. Dave Belote. No, sorry, Dave Derby. It is his first time, and I just a round of applause because this is a really nerve-wracking thing. Or maybe you have nerves of steel and it's scary. But it's an extremely scary thing every single time I do it. So congratulations, and you're off. Here you go. You're on.
Okay, great. Thank you. So this is a new song. I just finished the book a few days ago, and I was inspired by a line. I was inspired by a line of about how people in England just wanted tea and silk, and this, all this horrible stuff that occurred, that set off the Opium War, was really based on the fact that folks in England just wanted luxury items. And the song is just sort of, in general, kind of inspired by the book. So it's a... The labyrinth of greed, spilled demon seed of Albion's lust, just bring me tea and still. Frigate still, with the spoils of empire, it takes a little while to see which way the wind may blow. How do we ever know if anything is real? If it differs from the lies we're told, somehow we're supposed to feel challenges with fate at sea. Destiny's a scene we agreed to dream. It's the shape that we trace when foreign devils lie. You can't play both sides when Britannia rules the waves. So they say. Still it could take a little while to see with the wind may blow, but I think you know the distant land across the sea, the language that you barely speak. You're sleeping with the enemy, the story that was halfway told, the way it was never meant to be. The history reveals the trail of shaded deals, add to the ledger of lost a child she could not keep through the habits real, the blood money billions steep. So we end this tale, the future rips the veil as the worship of shallow greed that deep. Feel like the light is faded gray, hard words that I don't know how to say. Bring me tea and still, slowly the memories fade away. Bring me tea and still, new meaning when you say. Bring me tea and bring me tea and bring me tea and silk. Yeah.
Song.
Beautiful.
Loved it.
I can't hear you. Right. If you said something. I think I can hear you, which is weird. Or maybe it's just me.
Stacy, you're muted.
Yeah.
Those
Talk to me.
cool. I don't know if everybody heard that, but that was an awesome song, and I hope that you will join us more. I can't spotlight myself, so Ellen, there you go. I don't know if Elena did that or if I did that magic, but now I am spotlighted. Every girl's dream. I hope that you join us again, Dave. That was a beautiful song, and so Dave's in New York, and since we're streaming online, well, now it's somebody else's. Just always be on right now, guys, because we never know whose face is showing on this particular show. So don't do anything too crazy in your houses while we're live streaming. So I see that I'm on again, and I'm going to show this. It is our, can you see that? Is it good? LA Bushwick Book Club at gmail.com. If you want to be a songwriter on our live streaming show, it actually doesn't matter if you're in LA. He was in New York. So if you want to be a songwriter for our upcoming shows, just send me an email, and I'll put you on the list, and you can live anywhere. So right now, when we're not doing live shows in LA, please join us. And next up, we have Justine. And Justine, you are on.
Hi. So I was inspired by the young Opium Lord's daughter, Sume. She having kind of her own sense of self and having some conflict with obedience to her parents and societal expectations. And I kind of just took that as inspiration for someone who's just kind of trying to break out and do their own thing and be themselves. How can I be your ideal me in the life that you expect to see? When can I breathe my true destiny? I'll follow when it calls to me. My heart is a raging sea. 'cause I cannot betray the demands of my curiosity. My dreams transcend pedigree, and your rules don't reside in me. How can I be your ideal me in the life that you expect to see? When can I breathe my true destiny? I'll follow when it calls to me. My heart is a raging sea, 'cause your world is too small for me. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, there. I am. Hi. We have Elena controlling that. I love that line. Your world is too small for me. It's a really cool line. It's so simple, but it's beautifully put. Up next, we have Rupert.
Hi, Robert. I don't know if you're still listening right now, but I just wanted to say that it's very inspiring that you retired and decided to play guitar and write a novel. It inspires me to think that someday when I retire, I can perhaps write a novel myself. Um, for my song, I decided to focus around the theme of wanting. My chorus is, I want you. How original. Many of the main characters experience the sense of wanting, though. Pai Chu, not realizing she's gay, wants Su Mei. Higgins naively wants Su Mei as well. They want to return to Britain and live happily ever after. England blindly wants Chinese silk tea, spices, and other goods. And China wants honor and opium at whatever cost. And of course, Da Ping unfortunately wants opium to feed his addiction. So for my lyrics for the song, I wanted to wrap together all these feelings of wanting of all the characters. To be young, naive, desperately attached to someone, to be hungry for someone or something that can save us from our social environment, an environment that makes it feel as if our fate has been sealed since birth. It's that blind devotion that things will get better once this all blows over. That inspired me because I know we can all relate to it currently. So my only criticism for my own lyrics is that trying to blend so many characters together made each line become a bit more vague than I usually prefer. I like specific imagery, but I suppose there's an allure to the vagueness. It makes the words more applicable to each listener with their individual experience. So maybe people can enjoy this vague approach. Let's find out as I sing my song. It goes a little something like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why in my life, love that I want is hard to come by. Confused and afraid, in my young age I cling on to you to make me feel safe. But I'll move forward, I do best as I can, even if no one understands. 'Cause in my heart I do what is true, despite the pain that I'm going through. Ooh, I want you. Ooh, I want you. In my dreams I pray to you each night. Shiver and shake, I'm half dead, half awake. I'm leaning on something to maintain the same. My family is gone, but I hold on like a child to somehow feel safe. So I'll move forward, I do best as I can, even if no one understands. 'Cause in my heart I do what is true, despite the pain that I'm going through.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You inspire me to just do more. To just do more with the songs that I write. So thank you. I appreciate you being here so much, because every time you perform, I leave going, that was exciting, and I want to be exciting. So thank you. Up
I
next.
appreciate you too, Stacy.
Thank you. Lauren Brinker is up next, and she hasn't been here for a while, so I want to give her a big round of applause and spotlight her.
Hello.
Right.
Thanks, Robert, for writing this book. I'm not done with it yet, but I'm on my way, and I want to thank you for educating me and on a piece of history that I just didn't know anything about. So thank you so much. I wrote a song about addiction, and I was thinking about the opioid crisis here and just addiction in general, and how it can rob you of your humanity, and it's so tragic in so many ways. Anyway, the song's called Artless Fix, and please excuse the roughness. I'm walking in the light of the moon. I'm gonna see you real soon again, my friend. Lanterns show me the way. My head feels like 8 pounds of clay. When did this even start? It's breaking my racing heart. It's tearing my world apart. You're sweet yet artless. Fix me, I'm on the ledge. Just one more time you said we're sneaking up on death, but it's okay. Now I've got you all to myself. You're casting your diabolical magic spell. The angels put me to sleep. This hell on earth feels like a pleasant dream. When did this even start? It's breaking my racing heart. It's tearing my world apart. You're sweet yet artless. Fix me, I'm on the ledge. Just one more time you said I don't recognize myself, but it's okay. The sun's now high in the sky. The empty light holds an amber, a butterfly. I pin the specimen down. I take away her flight and her crown. When did this even start? It's breaking my racing heart. It's tearing my world apart. You're sweet yet artless. Fix me, I'm on the ledge. Just one more time you said. Just one more time you said we're sneaking up on death, but it's okay. Thank you.
Yay! Beautiful song, Lauren.
Beautiful. Looks such a lullaby, but it's about drug addiction, right? So I mean, I guess it is what you think it is when you're listening to it, but knowing your inspiration for it, like it's kind of a lullaby, but it was so beautiful. So next we have William Belote.
Good evening, fellow songwriters. Robert Wang, loved the book very much. I don't read a lot of novels, but this one really got to me. Really got to me. It was epic. Could really be an awesome musical, actually. And I was very inspired by many characters, but Sue May is who this song is about. So you will all imagine this in a lovely female's voice. And I have a lot of backing track here, so let me get that going. I want to walk on my own feet and say what's on my mind. Do the things my heart suggests, not pretend to be blind. When I heard the songs of God, I quivered like a reed. I'd always felt like royalty, unknowing of my need. Oh Lord, use me, I give my all. Some are devils, I've been told, also some angels true. Our custom smell of dust from old, rules live by but a few. Spice and silver brought him Clash of empires, pride and fear, dream smoke and flags unfurled. Oh Lord, use me, I give my all. Oh Lord, use me, I give my all. Music makes me high. Your love makes me high. Serving you makes me so high. What more could I want? Rounded eyes and hair of red, yet somehow we combine. Never thought I'd share my bed, but we felt it was divine. Then madness, rage, and violent threats, the cyclones of belief, tore my dreams and world to shreds, till I surrendered, drown in grief. Oh Lord, use me, I give my all. Oh Lord, use me, I give my all. Oh Lord, use me, I give my all, I give my all to you. Oh Lord, use me, I give my all.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was gorgeous, and you had the stained glass window in the back there. It was such like a inspirational song, and then there was this. Is that a stained glass window?
It's a stained glass window. It came with the studio, and I couldn't be happier with it. Yeah, it's cool.
Wow, that looks cool. And then you had like a really cool setup in your.
Yeah, the backing track was really great too.
Oh, good. It's actually that's a work in progress. The song is pretty set, but I'm still fiddling with that. And frankly, I want to go back to when I do these in the future, just like piano and vocal. I think there's something special about that, of course, especially in this setting.
Yeah, well, this setting makes everything just a little bit more difficult as in the technicalities of today's show. Yeah, there were just random heads appearing at random times, and it's exciting. I'm going to say it's exciting.
Yes.
So we have one more performer, and before I bring her on, I'm going to put this Venmo out here. This is my personal Venmo, but it's not really personally for me. So it's for the LA Bushwick Book Club. This is how we pay for our website and our streaming. We're using Restream right now, and Zoom. So there's a lot that goes on behind these Zoom technical scenes. As you've seen, it's obviously very difficult. But if you like today's show and you would like to donate something, you can donate to my Venmo at Stacy Rock Music, and it will go to our technical stuff. And if we make more than we need to pay for the bills this month, I will save it up for the soundmen when we finally go live again in LA. So our last songwriter is Elena Degl'Innoceni. Gosh, every single time I say it and then I go, did I say that right? It's probably not as complicated as I'm making it. But it's probably going to be a beautiful song to send you out on. I say probably because I don't know, maybe she wrote like a heavy metal rock song. I have not heard her song yet. So, yeah. And I'm just going to tell everybody, you're doing an awesome job. And now, Elena, spotlight you.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, every song was great. I am very glad to be part of this little circle, ever-growing circle of songwriters. Now, I would say, I don't know, I was thinking, and in Italian you would say, since I'm the last one, that is dulcis in fundo, which we use a lot and means the sweet things that comes at the end. But I don't want to be so cocky. We're all really nice desserts, I think. That's what I was thinking just before you put me on. I was like, ooh, dulcis in fundo. Nah, it doesn't seem that right. We're all really good desserts. This is a meal of desserts. That's what we are. Anyway, I wrote this song this morning. So I hope I can go through it. We'll see. I may just do some crazy like glissando, like crazy note going up, sweeping up and down, trying to find the key. But beside that, the song could be about a lot of different things. I guess the most superficial thing is just reading a book about like an historical fact and kind of just making me think, well, we're so much better off right now. That's sort of, the more superficial thing. But I guess for the rest, I get closer to what Justine said, and it's about the girl and this woman to be. That was sort of the feeling behind it. You'll see. I guess the song, it's called Always on the Go. I guess you'll see. Okay. Let's see. I thought it was time to sit. I thought my feet were killing me. I thought it was the time to feed my baby with all his needs. Yes, I am a woman, you can see. I can stand alone, I've learned to grow into lava that's warm, not hot. But I'm still hot when it's time to be hot. I'm always on the go, always on the go, go, go. I ask myself to go, 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 go. If I don't do it, who will? I thought that I was getting older. I like the idea of building softness, but now I've learned to say it in 3 tones. It's time to call bullshit what is wrong. I'm always on the go, always on the go, go, go. I ask myself to go, 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 go. If I don't do it, who will? I'm not saying I don't enjoy myself. I'm not saying I have too much on my plate. It's not the time to work on feeling broken. It's time to care with my eyes wide open. I'm always on the go, I'm always on the go, go, go. I ask myself to go, 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 go. If I don't do it, who will? I'm always on the go, I'm always on the go, go, go. I ask myself to go, 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 go. If I don't do it, who will?
Cool. Thanks for the song. Yay.
Thank you.
That was a quick ending there. It was like boom.
I know. So we are all
I
on,
know.
guys.
It's not the end of the song, maybe. Here, I'm gonna spotlight you. Wait.
You don't
I
have to.
liked that
No,
ending.
we're
I thought that
all
was
on.
cool.
I'm gonna ask.
Oh, we're not.
I mean, Robert, if you want to come back on with us for the end here, thank you so much, Robert, for writing this book. And I think that this book club started by
Thank you. You have to turn my video on. I can't do it on my
Oh,
own.
I have to do it. Okay, let me do it for you. Ask to start video. There you go. And let's wait for you.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Those are very inspiring songs you wrote. You know, some of them really captured sort of the spirit of the characters that I created. So thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, this is what it's about. It's about being inspired by other artists, and I just think this concept, not created by me, but loved by me, so I continued it out of Brooklyn into LA, and it's just such a cool concept. And I thank you all for being here with us, and for anybody that's listening. There will be a link to the replay of this show, so you can watch it years to come. Years to come. You can watch it every night before you go to bed if you want. The link will be made available. So thank you so much, and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for your songs.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Steve.
Robert.